Hey friends, it's Miss Lynn, and I'm here in the Jack's Imagination Lab at your Washington Pavilion. Just because we're doing the socially responsible thing and staying home doesn't mean we can't have some fun and learn some things too. So I've got some neat activities that you can do at home with things you probably already have laying around the house. So let's get started. All right, so this first activity I like to call volcanic art. And you've probably already done that baking soda and vinegar volcano experiment, either in school or as a science fair experiment or some other way. But I like to put a little spin on this and add some art. So what you need, we probably already have at home. You need some baking soda, you need some vinegar, and then food coloring if you have it. But if you don't have food coloring, I found that you can actually use markers and just soak the markers in the vinegar for a little while and you'll get color. So I've done that for about an hour and that's what I've got, but I'm going to add some food coloring to this vinegar here. Just a couple of drops. The darker you want it, the more drops you're going to want to add, but it really doesn't matter. I like to stick with primary colors because from the primary colors you can mix any other color that you want. So I'm just going to give those a little stir. Usually I use pipettes with this, but if you don't have pipettes or eyedroppers at home, you can use a straw or you can even use a spoon. So whatever materials you have at home to distribute the vinegar, that's all you need to use. Then you can either sprinkle the baking soda in a pan or a plate or something that has a lip on it. Sometimes I make a little volcano in the middle just for fun. It really doesn't matter. And then all you're going to do is just add the vinegar to the baking soda. And this is going to create a chemical reaction. It's going to make carbon dioxide, and that's what the bubbles are. So when we add some red vinegar, I'm going to use the pipette now. And when we add that, we start to see the bubbles. And if you can add a little more. Then, to make it kind of artsy and fun, I'm going to add some blue. And I'm going to put it in the same spot. You can add it wherever you want, but it's fun to see the colors mix. And we might as well add a little yellow. Now my colors are pretty light, pretty pastel, and so I'm going to actually add a little bit of more food coloring to see if I can darken those up a little bit. But again, it's whatever you have at home. We'll try some of the marker vinegar here in a second and see how that works. But pretty soon I'm going to start to get purple by mixing the red and blue together. And I'll get orange with the red and yellow. And I'll end up with some green. Now eventually you're going to end up with brown because when you mix the primary colors together, that's what you end up getting. But that's okay. And as soon as you have done this enough to where there's no more bubbles forming, you know that the baking soda is pretty much out, you can rinse all of this down the drain and start again. So I'm going to do a little bit with our marker colored vinegar and just see what that does. Now sometimes when I do this in class, kids will write their name with the baking soda in a pattern or in a line and then add the vinegar. So it's almost like a chain reaction as they do each letter, which is kind of cool. Looks like my marker colors are actually pretty bright. So if you don't have food coloring at home, again, you can just soak some markers in vinegar for a while and there you have it, some volcanic art.